Imagine a day where you wake up and you listen only one thing, which is YouTube, YouTube, YouTube. At the first glance, you will be noticing, oh, YouTube is a great one. I should be using that. I should be making video onto it and earn some money in the other chance. And soon the time passes and you realize something. Oh, this is not for everyone. But you realize that every individual person is still talking about YouTube at the other sense. And now bigger companies are involving inside and telling you to use YouTube just like they use and just like they expect users to use. Now the time passes again and you soon realize that this is not what people wanted. Everyone do not wanted to adopt YouTube as their main fundamental thing. Now the same thing is going with AI, and with the recent announcement of Google I/O, we have seen that Google has been wanting their users to use AI in all the terms, in Docs, in Gemini applications separately, their TPIs, their applications as well, their Chrome browser as well, and every individual other place which Google makes. And this kind of bit important for the normal people like you and me. So should you actually care about AI in terms of what Google want you to do? Let's talk about it. So talking about I/O, Google I/O is a developer conference, and it's generally made for people who are in the development field. Like supposedly if a person is making something out of, an application with the help of AI, or supposedly a working software for Google or any other companies, the I/O is particularly for that. For normal people, there's Android Show. But this time I/O felt more like Google is trying to initiate or welcome people of all the ranges from 3 years, 4 years to 50 years group, and just welcoming them to use AI as much they can in their normal day-to-day life as well as their whole generational field. Now, the thing about AI is whether you like it or not, it will be the next revolutionary thing, because ultimately what you do wouldn't matter. What other companies do on this whole ecological or ecosystem or economical point of view is what actually matters. So if you work somewhere in a company, that company uses AI still because that helps them making money flow. And due to that time constraint, you still need to learn AI, whether you like it or not. So ultimately, Google has led all the things around you to be particularly focusing on AI. Let's talk about the first thing, which their main application, which is Gemini. So Gemini got a completely new redesign. They have particularly made it a liquidic flow or completely immersed environment surrounding the AI. Their application got a new UI changes. Their whole of Gemini UI still got changes. And one fun fact I found that they have not announced Google Gemini Live something around it, but Gemini Live can now interact with your phone application. Instead of if you ask him to, reschedule this time in calendar, Google Calendar, it will do for you. If you wanted to, ask some particular about that Gmail which you have sent to someone or you have received, you can ask for that from Google Live as well, means Gemini Live, and you do not require to go completely on Gemini in the sense. Now, Google is trying to make an agentic AI, which they have announced it in the Google I/O. Now, what does agentic AI is actually, it would be a whole AI covering your whole phone, not outside layer, but inside the software. And that covering would be controlling every individual thing of yours, like from your credit card details, your Gmail, your calendar, your cameras, your photos, and every individual thing. Now, the main concern is obviously about the privacy and your data, but that's the story for another day, because that would take a complete new separate video. But the thing about agentic AI is that Google is not trying to, manipulate users that, they will be launching it soon. They are just wanting the in a faster time. They're just wanting it to deliver faster than other companies like ChatGPT or Claude, the main agentic AI, because we have also heard ChatGPT launching their phone in upcoming months. So Google is trying to manipulate the overall industry, that they are the one who has introduced this and they'll be leading this agentic AI field. Now, in terms of AI announcement, which is not something which is required for the ecological or economical reason, but they launched Google Omni. Now, Omni is not something which is new revolutionary. That's the same picture application about Google, and which creates picture as well as video, but for the current stance it's just for video. So you describe something to it, and that something could be anything. That's what the main tagline is about. You can try to make anything out of any video, and it works pretty fine. There are some of the videos which I've seen on Twitter which works pretty fine, and that made by Gemini Omni is pretty good. Now again, let's talk about Google Workspace AI upgrade. Now this is where the main thing pointed out, like an agentic AI. So that would be whole Gemini will be integrated now in Docs. So you can, it switches like in productive app. So supposedly if you want some sort of documents to work out, now you do not have to go individually to Gemini application or ChatGPT to make a docs like that. You can explain the same fundamental thing. Supposedly you want to document something of a video script. You just type the main topic onto that Gemini inside the Google Docs, and it will make a complete document for you inside that Docs folder. And that is something which is pretty good. Now there is AI summarization and etc. thing, but the main thing about Google is that they have also introduced in the messaging app. So supposedly their whole AI is also working inside their messaging app. Supposedly one of your friend told you to tell about the ticket which you have bought last week about that conference, and the thing is that previously you just have to dig completely down onto your Google gallery and then find it out and then send it to it. Now Google can identify which type of picture your friend wants and now would be recommending in the front of message row. I've tried it multiple times and it works pretty fine. There's also one small feature which is Ask YouTube, which they have launched, and now it's officially live, so you can go check it out, but it's only reserved for the US citizen for now. And the thing is that you can now ask anything on YouTube. Earlier you can do that same thing on Gemini, which would point video to you, but now that would be in the separate YouTube application and you can down to it. So supposedly you want to watch a tutorial which you can describe according to the scenarios of what you happens to have, and then it would integrate that particular thing and segmenting out the section. It's not good for YouTubers particularly because there would be segments. Because of that, not a lot of people would watch the complete video, but that's okay if you try to evaluate the time of user or value the time of user, then it's good. Now the ultimately question is, should you care about AI or should you actually care about Google I/O? Now the thing is, the next part of the world segment would be completely dependent on AI, whether you like it or not. It would be completely dependent on AI, and for the moment which if you wanted to survive in that moment, there's only one option left for you, which is not to adopt AI or not to let AI come and teach me how to use it. Is like how you can run simultaneously with the help of AI, not by only AI or with AI. With the help of AI, you need to get forward into the upcoming future, and the upcoming future would be pretty interesting to know about AI, but not a lot of people would be liking it. But still, that would be the future, or maybe not. Maybe AI could be dead in a few years, but that's only a recommendation, or maybe that's only a prediction. Till the time, keep vibrating just like us.